gonna say action. Okay, action. Hello and good evening. I'm Destiny Sokolowski.
And I'm Aaron Schmidt with your Holocaust news update. It's 1945 and we are nearing the end of the Holocaust, so we're gonna recap the last 13 years.
Well, the Holocaust was a great tragedy, no doubt. The word Holocaust comes from the Greek word holocauston, meaning sacrifice by fire, which definitely tells you a little about the events that happened during that time.
The Holocaust began in 1933 and ended in 1945. The genocide can also be known as a planned slaughter.
The German leader of the Holocaust goes by the name Adolf Hitler. He was in control over the Nazis, which was the German army. Hitler and the Nazis killed an estimated 11 million people, 6 million were Jews. The Nazis called these killings the final solution.
To segregate the Jews from everyone else, the Nazis put them in camps for work, housed them in Jewish ghettos, and made them wear the yellow Star of David on their clothes so they were easier to target.
The camps that Aaron had mentioned were labor camps, where they were poorly fed and if they were lucky. And many died in these camps. At some of these camps, prisoners were used in medical experiments against their will.
The largest camp was called Auschwitz. An estimated 1.1 million people were killed at this camp alone.
Conditions at the camps were terrible. The prisoners were worked until they couldn't work anymore and were poorly fed. They slept on wooden beds without a mattress and usually slept multiple people in their bed.
In most of the camps, the prisoners were stripped and put into a giant room, many at a time, and when we're told it was a shower, but it was actually a gas chamber used to kill larger numbers of people at one time. But the Nazis never cleaned out the bodies, so it was always full of dead people when he went in.
But Jews weren't the only ones being killed. Only 6 out of the 11 million people killed were Jews. The remaining were persecuted because of their political, ideological, and behavioral grounds.
People were killed if they were communists, socialists, and Jehovah's Witnesses, or a homosexual as well.
But in a way, this story has a happy ending because after all the pain and suffering and death, we still have survivors. They gave us hope as we reached Liberation Day.
As the Red Army approached from the east, 67,000 of the camp's inhabitants were rounded up and marched back to Germany. When the Soviet finally arrived on January 27, 1945, they found 2,800 frail and sick survivors. Wow, that was just so moving.
Yes, Aaron, it's a lot to take in. But that's all for this time, folks. I'm Destiny Sokolowski.
And I'm Aaron Schmidt.
See you next time, and have a good night. Oh my god, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop recording this. Oh my god.